Hi Scorpio, and welcome to your May 2020 general sort of overlook of what's going on for you for the month. So your additional guidance card is Yang. So this is obviously about the application of energy. Yeah, intention, energy, focus, that sort of month coming up for you. So wherever you are in the world, I do hope you're safe from harm. And maybe this would talk about some of the constraints coming down and the ability to push your life forward. So let's see where this wants to apply itself to the most. So give me a minute just to shuffle the cards, and it gives me a minute just to send out any blessings, any prayers. You know, Scorpio, we have to start believing that our intentions and our focus actually make a difference in this world. And once we start to believe that they do, our life very, very radically changes, because our life takes on a purpose then. And living a life without purpose is really, really not what Scorpio's looking for. But once we start to believe that all of our life and our prayers and our intentions have power, then everything that we do takes on meaning then. And life becomes so incredibly rich and incredibly deep. So, anyhow, I don't know where that came from. It's something I've been thinking about today, really. So one more cut. And then do a general reading, and then I'm off to the beach. So, okay, behind you, you do have the Five of Swords with the Six of Cups. What an interesting combination of cards. The Six of Cups is that sweet spot. It tends to be a bit reunion, reconnection, very, very much a soulmate energy, the Six of Cups. Because a soulmate is someone, well, there's a connection beyond words. And the Five of Swords is words that wound each other. You know, that sort of dialogue where everyone needs to get the last word. And it's almost a message I've got for you, Scorpio. Would you rather be right, or would you rather be happy? This might be your energy. It might be someone else's energy. But if you take the esoteric view that there's only one of us in the room, then when we begin to heal our own mental energy, everything shifts. What a strange combination of cards. Can I carry on? You know, what you want is a Three of Pentacles. The gift is a Lover's card. Yeah, absolutely. The challenge is a Chariot. Oh gosh. Sorry, I'm not laughing. Most people's, even though you've got the Yang card, a lot of people's challenge is activity. Five of Cups in your relationships. What's going on? So the gift is the Lovers, the Six of Cups, and then you've got the Five of Cups, which doesn't make sense here. Unless, because action and speed is the challenge, that you're still stuck in that. The Five of Cups is a very alchemy card, and it's the part of alchemy when the energy is still not processing and moving fast enough. I'll clarify to what's going on here. Don't worry. Money and work, you get the Page of Swords. Some sort of communication. That's weird that the gift is the Lovers, but the Five of Cups showing up here. And then you get the Ten of Cups. Gosh, complex already. I'm like, oh dear. And I don't mean that bad. And then the Page becomes the Ace, so that's beautiful, ending in the Ace. Always about new chapters, new beginnings, clear vision, being able to see through the fog. You have got a very interesting combination of cards here, and already my attention is drawn to 3 particular cards. The 6 of Cups, the Lovers, and the 10 of Cups. Yeah? And then equally, you have a sort of paradox with the 5 of Cups and the 5 of Swords. The 5s are change cards. So, because if you think about it, it's always some tension and some difficulty that pushes us to change. None of us really make a change. We don't wake up one day and go, yeah, I'm going to go and change. It tends to be a process card here. And so already I'm going, why is that 5 of Cups showing up? Because it should almost be like the 2 of Cups here. Unless there's a distance between 2 people. Why the 5 of Cups? Fool, the Judgment card. So the Judgment card is the opposite side of the Death card. Yeah. So it would be, so the Judgment card would be the 10 of Cups. When the Death card would be the 5 of Cups. So this is the Scorpio process. Letting go, birth, in breath, out breath. So the Judgment card is the other side of a Death card. It's something that was gone coming back to life again, like resurrection. Yeah, with the Fool card, which is the brand new start, the brand new beginning. It's the 0 point. So very, very much between. It's about a relationship not carrying any karma. So karma is memory of the past. So memory of the past about what hurts have been caused. You know, it's just a memory that continually recycles itself. And both these cards are the complete opposite. They're spiritual lessons about, you know, in the Judgment card, a whole cycle's been worked through, and the Fool card, everything's been worked through, and it's this brand new energy of a fresh start. So what's going on here? I don't know if the 5 of Cups is, and what this Lovers card, so let me find out more about the Lovers, because it might help me. What's the Lovers about, please? They put 1 card. Tell me what this Lovers is about. 1 card, please. Actually, I'm going to split them again and try and get the top card that comes up. The Hierophant. So the Hierophant's about tradition. Taurus card. I mean, for some people, this is like a sort of marriage commitment. It's very much about vows, these cards. These are both cards of huge spiritual processes been worked through, so memory being released, and it's only when that memory's released of the past are we able really to truly love, to tell you the truth, Scorpio. The rest is just reenactments of trauma that our soul's here to cleanse. So you have got a complete mix of all of it going on. Okay, now already Venus is in retrograde, so it's going in retrograde for 3 months. So the whole all our love situations are going to be incredibly complex the next 3 months. It's almost there, and then it goes in retrograde, so we touch it and it disappears again. And that's sort of what I'm picking up for you, because there's about 2 readings that have came across as relationship readings, and boy, are they complex. So behind the 5 of Swords is dialogue that wounds. And again, I keep getting that message, would you rather be right or would you rather be happy? Would you rather let go and embrace the new? Without that memory of you did that to me, well, you did that to me, you know, which is tends to be what a lot of relationships become in the end. Or would you rather embrace this energy? I know what I would choose. But it's not that easy. Sometimes we all have a, I don't like that terminology, lower self, higher self. But we all have a human self, don't we? And that human self tends to tell stories of a lot of hurt and damage that's been caused. And there's a little bit about that going on here. Now, I don't know if this is going to be your energy or the other person that you're dealing with. But you get these two huge spiritual cards here. So this would be the other side, so the ego side of Scorpio, the ability to resurrect, to come back to life again, to say yes, to leave the old identity behind and re-emerge, which is what is sort of being asked from you. But to do that takes great emotional work, to tell you the truth, because that Five of Cups has got to become the Ten of Cups. And that is, I guess, what Scorpio rules, that sort of alchemic process. And sometimes to get here, Scorpio, it takes an awful lot of sitting with the emotional difficulties of the past. It's quite often what no one wants to do. Everyone wants to bypass it, don't they? And get to Sagittarius, but it's not. We all need to go through this process. This is a change process. And the only way to get from here to there, which is what your soul truly wants, is to almost, that caterpillar? And before it becomes the butterfly, it needs to sit in its own juices. So it goes through this process of very, very, very deep transformation. But it does it by allowing itself to embrace this Five of Cups, because the Five of Cups is a story of everything that's gone wrong in the past, the disappointments, the hurts. And it's a huge temptation to stay there. A lot of people build their whole sense of self around the Five of Cups. These people that we meet, and that something's happened to them and they've never recovered from it. You probably get what I'm saying. So their identity has built themselves around regrets, stuff from the past, very brewing emotions. Something's calling you to move to the other side of this, to embrace the new dawn, this new sort of energy that seems to be pushing you forward. Now, what you want is the Three of Pentacles. So the Three of Pentacles, and I can't help reading this around relationships. I will try and connect it with your work. But the Three of Pentacles as a relationship energy is pulling together to try and understand, try to get to the bottom of what a dynamic is about. So when it shows up in relationships, that's what it's about. This is to do with work. This is working as a team. There's some sort of information coming through, some sort of messages coming through. I will clarify this, but I can't help seeing it as a relationship energy, because the Lovers and the Three of Pentacles work as a team, yeah, in this reading, which means there's potentially two people pulling together to try and work out what's happened to them, what the past has been about, the wounding of the past. And there's a potential to process this, to get the Ten of Cups, which is, the Ten of Cups is literally the emotions now run clear. And emotions run clear after they've been processed and felt, honoured. There's no other way through it, Scorpio, but in it. So you go in it to go through it. And I guess that's what deep psychotherapy does, sort of deep yoga work. They get you to embrace your emotions. The Hierophant is about our value systems. It is a very strong commitment card because it's by the book, it's about tradition. But what I might be talking about here is a revaluation of your value systems, what's really important to you. Because really, we can drag our past with us forever. And it comes out as our reactions, as our defensiveness, as those conversations like, you never do this, and this always happens to me. Or we can begin to work things through, let them go, and turn up for life as someone who's been reborn and who's ready to embrace this brand new canvas without memories, karmas of the past. Wow, sorry, it's only 9 o'clock in the morning as well. So the challenge is a Chariot, yeah. Yeah, with the Two of Cups. This is a reading of complete contradictions. Because even though the Lovers and the Hierophant, I mean, probably a lot of people's favourite relationship cards, because the Hierophant's so by the book and so sort of committed. There's a feeling here that the two people might not be moving. It's almost like, so we get into conflict when someone's mind and heart is not in alignment, yeah? So the other actions don't reflect their words. And it would seem you and the other person are having a struggle defining how this relationship goes forward. Now, I don't know if this conflict is in you. If it is in you, it's because things that have happened in the past, words that have been said, it's like something got broken, yeah? Or it's the other person. Because the Chariot is when the conscious and the unconscious mind moves in one. That's congruence, that's peace, that's intention, that's, you know. And I think either you or the other person are in a little bit of a split here. And that's why the Five of Cups is showing up as a storyline. Now, let me carry on. Gosh. This sort of feels like a little bit of a personal reading, guys, and there's very little I can do when it shows up like that. So tell me what's kind of money work. So Page of Swords is about communication, tends to bring news, and the news is good because you get the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is some sort of victory, some sort of success coming your way, some sort of news that's about to bring some sort of feeling of triumph and victory. And the victory is the victory over the Five of Wands, and the Five of Wands is that card of feeling stuck, feeling that you're going nowhere. Soul position, you've got the Ten of Cups. So this whole story is, I'm not going to say bizarre, not the right word, bizarre. Because the Ten of Cups is the rainbow after the storm, and there's definitely stormy energy. There's no way around it with two fives. There's stormy, there's disappointment, there's past hurts being caused. But in the Ten of Cups is that light that's dawning, the sharing, the connection, the sharing your cup. And the Ace of Swords is about clarity, new starts, and vision. Can you tell me, give me one card about the person that Scorpio's dealing with yet? Head and heart, going in separate directions, incongruent, a state of conflict. Yeah, like the Emperor, stiff upper lip, protected heart. And how is Scorpio to deal with this energy, please? One card, hold on to a shuffle and split the deck. Nine of Pentacles, so which is the Hermit, by the way, but it's also about digestion. So there's something that needs to be digested here. And when I mean digestion, I mean getting off the boat, taking a step back, and it's like allowing things to move through you. Because most things, once it's been digested, it's just like food, and all the emotional experiences need time to be processed. So your advice is take a step back, to process, to enjoy the things of nature, because you seem to be dealing with someone who's looking over, who's on the edge of a cliff. They clearly want to go forward, but their head is getting in the way, and it's filling in all the gaps of everything that's going to go wrong. There's a lot of fear of change. Now, all you can do in that situation is take a step back. What you're looking for is looking for you, okay? All we ever have to do is clear the walls of perception, our heart, our eyes, our perceptions, and make peace with our own heart, and the rest, and then we become, it's a magnetic force, the heart. Incredibly complex, Scorpio. I think you maybe got the most complicated reading of all. Yeah, you got it again. You got the regeneration card. This is something coming back that was once gone, which is a judgment card. And how's the other person approaching them? Yeah, so they're going through a change. Five of Wands. All the fives represent change. And a lot of people don't like change. How's Scorpio to approach this as well? Oh my gosh, you got the soulmates. But the Nine of Pentacles is the card of stopping the world, digesting the experience. So when we do that, we no longer react. It's like we process it. And then we go forward from a much different perspective. Now, this either made no sense, or there's a few people that watching that it's made perfect sense to. Again, Scorpio, much love to you, and much love. Bye.